play Xbox and eat Cheetos. Oh, you're in luck.
Number 20, Eddie Redmayne. As a kid, this British actor would sit in the back of his parents' car with his brother, playing Gavroche in a Les Miserables reenactment.
This is my school, my high society, here in the slums of Saint Michel. We live on crumbs of humble piety, tough on the teeth, but what the hell?
Little could he have guessed that one day he would be cast as Marius Pontmercy in Tom Hooper's stage-to-screen adaptation.
A heart full of songs, I'm doing everything all wrong. Oh God, for shame, I do not even know your name.
The actor attended stage school from the age of 10, but it sounds like nothing could have quite prepared him for singing live on set for several hours a day. Apparently, it took him 21 takes to get empty chairs at empty tables just right. Nevertheless, he impressed us with his singing abilities, and we cannot wait to hear him sing again.
Oh, my friends, don't ask me.
Number 19, Anne Hathaway. Hathaway first garnered popularity as Mia Thermopolis in The Princess Diaries, but we first discovered that she could sing in Ella Enchanted.
Can anybody find me somebody to love?
Give it a little more soul.
From Somebody to Love to Don't Go Breaking My Heart, it was clear that this rising star had a lot of range. She was almost cast as Christine in the Phantom of the Opera movie too, but she dropped out due to scheduling conflicts. Still, in 2012, she wowed us as Fantine in Les Mis instead.
So different from this hell I'm living, so different, no, from what it seems.
Interestingly, she was inspired to enter showbiz after watching her mom play Fantine on stage. If any of her movies ever receive a musical adaptation, they know who to call.
Take my hand, I'll lead you to salvation.
Number 18, Val Kilmer. Imagine if Batman delivered his famous line in his signature growl before breaking into a bit of rock and roll. Well, imagine no more, because as you might recall, Kilmer played Jim Morrison in the 1991 musical biopic The Doors. And yes, he did all his own singing.
Now, you get yours, baby, I'll get mine. Gonna make it, baby, if we try.
You can also hear him in the credits of True Romance and on the soundtrack of his 1984 debut movie, Top Secret.
She knows how to love me, yes indeed. Oh boy, you don't know what you do to me, to the fruity, oh Rudy.
Despite having a lovely voice, he didn't provide the singing voice for Moses in DreamWorks' The Prince of Egypt. It's a tragedy that Kilmer lost his voice to throat cancer, but thanks to AI technology, the actor has been able to speak again.
That's worth a lot of stuff right there.
Number 17, Patrick Swayze. We knew he could act, we knew he could dance, and thanks to Dirty Dancing, we learned that he could sing.
We surprised everybody.
I guess we did.
Although, if you'd seen him play Danny Zuko on Broadway, you probably weren't all that surprised. Anyway, like the popular dance flick, his soulful vocals on She's Like the Wind became an unexpected hit.
Her body close to me, can't look in her eyes. She's out of my league.
It peaked at number 3 on the US Billboard chart and even went platinum. His voice could render a room silent and leave all listeners with chills. We only wish we had more of his music to enjoy as part of his already tremendous legacy.
Just a fool believe she's like the wind.
Number 16, Carrie Washington. The actress has a beautiful voice, and it's really a scandal that we don't get to hear it more often.
Yes, girl. Do you hear this?
Other than a spot of karaoke with Jordan Sparks and an appearance on the Disney Holiday Sing-Along in 2020, she's managed to keep her talents relatively under wraps.
And it's so funny, that Disney sing-along reminds me of so many people that I forgot could sing. You know, and you were one of them. I was like, oh, that's right. Carrie can sing, too.
Also in 2020, she made her official on-screen singing debut in Ryan Murphy's Netflix adaptation of The Prom. Even though she didn't get to sing all that much as the conservative Mrs. Green, what we do hear is pretty impressive.
And I would never miss a night like this, Alyssa. You're my superstar.
Let's hope that she doesn't shy away from taking on more musical roles in the future. Number 15, Emma Stone. Emma's vocal talents flew under our radars until 2016's La La Land, although this wasn't the first time she'd sung on our screens.
I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint.
Anyway, from A Lovely Night to Audition, she amazed us with her astounding versatility. Her contributions to the movie even earned her several accolades, including a Golden Globe and an Academy Award. Interestingly, her audition for Mia, a Hollywood hopeful, wasn't all that conventional.
Is someone in the crowd the only thing you really see?
The movie's director Damien Chazelle and composer Justin Hurwitz came to see the 2013 revival of Cabaret, where she was making her Broadway debut as Sally Bowles. Clearly she impressed them, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Here's to the fools who dream, crazy as they may seem.
Number 14, Katherine OHara. This Canadian superstar is a woman of many talents, and singing is most certainly one of them.
My sweet, my dear, my darling, you're so far away from me, though an ocean of tears divides us.
She's probably best known for her roles in the Canadian sketch comedy SCTV, Home Alone, Beetlejuice, and as the wonderfully eccentric Moira Rose in Schitt's Creek. However, she's no stranger to singing on screen either.
I warned you I was lonely, but you didn't seem to care. No. That you could have been too, but I better heed a woman's tears.
For instance, did you know that she lends her voice to Sally and Shock in Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas? And did you recognize her voice behind the hauntingly beautiful Sally song? We could never tire of her soothing voice. It's the perfect addition to this animated, ghoulish holiday classic.
And will he see how much he means to me? I think it's not to be.
Number 13, Zachary Levi. Even if Chuck the Musical was just a fantasy, that didn't stop Zachary Levi from singing on set anyway. He was known to bust out a few bars between takes and during set changes. However, his musical chops were destined for more than just off-camera entertainment.
At last I see the light, and it's like the fog is lifted.
In 2010, he voiced Flynn Rider in Disney's Tangled, and also recorded a song with Katharine McPhee.
I could be all that you're needing if you let me try.
Now that the world knew he could sing, Broadway was calling. After making his debut with First Date, he received a Tony Award nomination for his performance as George Novak in She Loves Me.
I'm tingling, such delicious tingles. I'm trembling, what the hell does that mean? I'm freezing, that's because it's cold out, and still I'm incandescent.
Number 12, Tom Hiddleston.
Then we'll hoist up the sail, and we'll set course for the sun. 'Cause when you've got wings, no wicked deed cannot be done.
If you aren't surprised by this entry, then perhaps you've watched our other video about MCU actors who can sing. The God of Mischief actor even gave us a tune in episode 3 of Loki. But if you really want to see the extent of his singing abilities, check out the Hank Williams biopic I Saw the Light. It was a rather demanding role, and for a British boy, getting into the country western vibes could not have been easy either. Nevertheless, he proves that he has the vocal strength to pull it off, and that he can yodel with the best of them.
Well, I'm nobody's sugar daddy now, and I'm alone. I got the lovesick blues.
Number 11. Chris Pine. We don't imagine that much singing takes place aboard the Starship Enterprise. But fortunately, Captain Kirk has stopped by planet Earth on occasion to showcase his singing abilities. And you know he's good because Queen Barbara even asked him to feature on her album. Even though he'd done a spot of singing here and there, his skills were a relatively well-kept secret.
I have grown accustomed to her face, but I'll be seeing you.
That is, until he was cast as Cinderella's prince in the 2014 movie musical Into the Woods. It was a role made for him, too. Sondheim is notoriously challenging, yet he nails it and brings plenty of charm and humor to the character.
Agony beyond power of speech, when the one thing you want is the only thing out of your reach.
Number 10. Oscar Isaac. Long before his breaking into showbiz, Isaac was a singer and lead guitarist for a Miami-based ska punk band called the Blinking Underdogs.
Was it a ska band?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It
All
was
right.
a ska band.
All right.
I was in a couple ska bands, actually.
Although he would become more renowned for his non-musical work, he didn't leave his love of music behind either. In 2011, he played a musician in the rom-com 10 Years, which also featured songs written and performed by him on the soundtrack.
And I hope this song I'm singing someday finds you, wherever you may be.
He also left us awestruck by his performance as a down-on-his-luck folk singer in the Coen brothers' Inside Llewyn Davis. Look, all we're saying is that if Star Wars ever decided to go musical, he's right there.
Fairly well, oh honey, fairly well.
Number 9. Colin Farrell. Could you imagine this Irish bad boy as a member of Boyzone? Yeah, us either.
And I sang Careless Whisper.
No.
Yeah.
Great tune.
Terrible tune.
Can you sing?
Coming out of this mouth.
No.
Terrible tune.
Okay.
Murdered it.
Yeah.
So bad they asked me to, could you do that a sec? Could you do that again?
Catching the acting bug after his unsuccessful boy band audition, he went on to have a successful movie career instead. He starred in films like SWAT and In Bruges. But we also got to see his musical side when he was cast opposite Jeff Bridges in the 2009 drama Crazy Heart.
I got tired of being good, started missing that old feeling free, stopped acting like I thought I should, went on back to being me.
And yes, like Bridges, he did all of his own singing. His voice is so soulful and comforting and just makes our hearts melt. Life must be so hard when you're that good-looking and talented.
You roll them silvers with nothing to lose. This ain't no place for the weary kind.
Number 8. Jensen Ackles. Speaking of incredibly attractive, multi-talented performers, after years of delighting fans with his musical talents at conventions, the actor dropped his debut album as part of the band Radio Company in 2019. Teaming up with musician Steve Carlson, Ackles proved that no genre was out of his reach. Their song Sounds of Someday even appeared in a Jensen-directed episode in Supernatural's final season. We're not sure just how we describe his voice exactly, but we reckon he could sing anything and make it sound phenomenal. Supernatural may not have been a musical, but when you have a voice like that at your disposal, you use it as much as you can. And we hope he'll continue doing so in his future projects.
Making their way, the only way they know how. Girl, that's just a little bit more than the law will allow.
Number Number 7. Joaquin Phoenix. You would think that filling Johnny Cash's ginormous shoes would be an impossible task.
Looks like you're going to a funeral.
Maybe I am.
But Phoenix proved he was up to the mission and even got the singer's blessing. Like his co-star Reese Witherspoon, he provided all of his own vocals.
I've got lips.
And I got lips. Let's get together and use those lips. Let's go.
Time's a wasting.
Phoenix recalled the challenge of channeling the singer. But if you ask us, he did not disappoint. Clearly, somebody did their homework and went for the extra credit too. He and Reese even learned how to play musical instruments for their respective roles. We're not saying anyone could replace the legend that is Johnny Cash, but Joaquin did exceptionally well, don't you think?
I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild.
Number 6. Seth MacFarlane. Fans of this Rhode Island native are very aware of his impressive arsenal of voices.
If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time.
However, even when he's just being Seth MacFarlane, the man has a voice like melted butter. It's so soft and silky, and you can totally picture him in line with those golden age crooners.
It's easy to remember and so hard to forget.
Indeed, he lists Frank Sinatra as his idol and was clearly inspired by him while recording his 6 studio albums. MacFarlane has received 5 Grammy nods for his music. His song Everybody Needs a Best Friend from Ted also received the Academy Award nomination for Best Original Song. Seriously, is there anything he can't do?
Looking for ways to say I love you. Take your cue from the birds. Music is better than words.
Number 5. Gerard Butler. Okay, let's get this out of the way first. We know that Butler's singing wasn't to everyone's taste.
Curse you little lying Delilah! You little viper!
But you gotta give the man some credit. He had no prior training, other than a bit of singing in an amateur rock band, and this is the Phantom of the Opera, after all. Nevertheless, after impressing Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber in his audition, Butler trained hard for the iconic character.
Open up your mind, let your fantasies unwind in this darkness that you know you cannot find.
Admittedly, his Phantom was more rock than opera, but apparently that's what the composer was going for. Do we think we'll see Butler's Phantom on stage? Probably not. But he still did a pretty good job nonetheless.
It's over now, the music of the night.
Number 4. Robert Pattinson. Our Pats has embodied some pretty well-known characters throughout his career.
Say it out loud.
However, his stunning singing voice hasn't always received the spotlight it deserves. Not only does he have an absolutely dreamy voice, he also writes his own music and plays guitar and piano too.
How long must you take? I was sad for that mistake, but you moved.
He showcased some of his skills on the Twilight soundtrack, both as a singer and songwriter. You can also hear him on the soundtrack for his 2008 indie dramedy How to Be.
It's a work in progress.
And in 2010, he was named Hollywood's most influential top unexpected musician. Apparently, he has considered a career in music, and we're just saying that it's never too late.
Say so, for you're too far gone.
Number 3. Hugh Laurie.
Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. You better chase all your cares away.
At first, we knew him as one half of the comedy duo Fry and Laurie. Then we recognized him from his titular role in the medical drama House. Now, let's bring you up to date on his musical career too.
And he fell down to his knees. Say, Lord have mercy if you please.
Not only can he sing well, but he also plays a plethora of instruments and is a member of a charity rock group called Band from TV. He's also released 2 studio albums, consisting of classic blues music, the first of which went double platinum. Perhaps one day he'll receive a Grammy Award to add some more variety to his already impressive collection of accolades.
Baby behind the song, 'cause I've just found out that my trouble's just begun.
Number 2, Robert Downey Jr. Even if you didn't know that Iron Man had a singing career, we can think of one Avenger who definitely did.
The Futurist, gentlemen! The Futurist is here!
This is a nod to the actor's 2004 debut jazz album of the same name. As well as a voice that will make you go weak in the knees, Downey is also an accomplished songwriter and keyboard player. He's sung on several movie soundtracks, in addition to releasing his own music as well.
Sounds like October, a futurist knows.
Let's not forget the time he nailed his duet with Sting either.
Every smile you fake, every claim you stake, I'll be watching you.
Given the collective talent of the MCU stars, we're surprised there haven't yet been whispers of an Avengers musical.
Make a lot of money, then I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. Oh.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Jeremy Renner. Following Endgame, Renner returned to his musical roots, taking many of us by surprise.
I'm just going with the flow, and no matter where I am going, and I got no plans on slowing down.
We knew him from the MCU franchise, Mission Impossible, The Bourne Legacy, and a couple of Oscar-nominated roles. But a musician? Well, that was brand new information. Yet music was actually his first passion, and one he's always taken quite seriously. In addition to playing several instruments, he's also a skilled singer-songwriter.
Gotta like your style. You're the perfect distraction. You're the main attraction.
He's released 2 EPs, a single, and like his MCU co-star, has also sung on several soundtracks for his own movies as well. The Avengers would make a great name for a band. We're just saying.
Promise I can do so much more than just archery.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.